today's manufacturer. Okay, I think they're starting and they're going in that direction. I'd like to help from the county commissioner's seat to be able to move things in that direction and make sure that once people have an education, that they can actually get a job. Because if we're working, we're not having these conversations because everybody's doing well. We've got a pretty good, unemployment rate comparatively, but I think we can do better in Lake County. We need to turn around the direction, and we're going to be in a whole lot of hurt. So this is why we're in this race, Team Lake County, John Hamercheck and myself in the commissioner's office. I think that we'll bring a business background and that kind of management background, keeping government working for you instead of against you.
Thank you. Okay, in order to be fair to our second candidate, we're going to have to close off the questions from the audience at this point. I believe Dave Fiebig will be available afterward for questions. You're going to be able to meet with folks afterward? Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, if you didn't get your questions answered now, you can see him after. So, at this time, we're going to give Dave 2 minutes for his closing remarks.
Thank you very much, and again, thank you for the opportunity to meet with you. This is wonderful to be able to get these many people into a room that are interested in government, that are interested in the elected process and getting involved. And I would urge you to look at that slate of people. They're all good people. They're people that we need to get out there and support. I know that I will be, and I'll be trying to talk about not only our campaign for county commissioner, but John Hamercheck's, Jason Wooliger, Emily Teresic, the state reps Ron Young, Lori Dinalo, John Eklund, and so on down the line. Please be sure that you have that. Go to their websites, go to our websites. If you can donate $5, $10, go ahead and do it. If you can help out with making some phone calls, we are the government, we are the people, and we do need to make Lake County job ready. And that was one of our themes in the campaign. Is Dave Fiebig is job ready because of my blended experience in the public and private sector. I've run nonprofit organizations. I have been in management of my own business as well as other businesses, and we've been involved in a turnaround process in the city of Willoughby Hills. I think that that's the kind of experience we need in the county commissioner's office, and that's why we say Dave Fiebig is job ready. If my goal is to make sure that Lake County is job ready for you, and that we're working for you. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, now for the second half of our candidates forum this evening, we will be having John Hamercheck. He is a successful businessman in Lake County. He has been involved with law enforcement and a leader in his community, and he has worked in cutting big government down to size in the village of Madison. He also has 2 teenage children, and so I'd like to welcome John Hamercheck. Welcome. And so John will have 3 to 5 minutes here for his opening remarks. We'll have a couple of questions, and then we'll open it up to the audience for questions.
Thank you, Chuck. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. And most especially, thank you for this opportunity to address you. I am John Hamercheck, and with your support, I will be one of 2 new candidates being elected to the office of County Commissioner this November. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 47 years old. I've been married now for almost 20 years to my wife, Susan. And as Chuck said, we do have 2 lovely daughters, Diane and Sarah. I've been in business now for almost 25 years, and my public service began with Madison Village almost 7 years ago as a member of Madison Village Council, 4 years of which I've served as the president of council. When I first got on Madison Village Council, we found out that our village was in far greater trouble than we ever realized. We had a carryover of $15. We were $3.4 million in debt. And nobody really knew that. It was concealed from the public. And the way we resolved that was by opening the doors, opening the windows, if you will, airing things out, letting the public know exactly how bad things were. And we got buy-in from the community because people wanted to make a difference. They came to meetings. There were times when we went from having 2 or 3 people in the room to once we started getting it out there, we had 40, 50, even 60 people in the room at a time. And if you ever saw how small our village hall is, you'd appreciate it, shoulder to shoulder. But we got buy-in from the community. And within a few short years, we cut our debt almost in half. Our fiscal officer was proud to say not so many years ago that we hit a high of $1.4 million carryover. And we did all that by maintaining strong services and without raising taxes. That's the type of turnaround experience that I intend to bring to the Office of Lake County Commissioner. And that's what our team, Dave Thiebig and myself, those are the kind of skill sets that we propose to bring. We've done it in our respective communities. We intend to do that in the Office of County Commissioner. Let me just talk a little bit about the Tea Party. One of the things that really impressed me over these last several months, whenever a Tea Party member talks to me and asks a question, it's usually something to the effect of, what can we do? How can we make a difference? How can we fix this? You folks get it. You understand that your responsibility as voters does not end on election day. It carries on. You know to hold your elected officials responsible, the appointed officials responsible, and you know that you're able to contribute. This is your community. Our goal is to take back our country. This starts by taking back our county and our communities. I'm sure by now we all know that it's been said that the producers are outnumbered by the takers. How do we deal with this? By simply being ourselves. By being informed voters, faithfully go out and vote. By being responsible candidates and elected officials the community can trust. Ronald Reagan once said, the future does not belong to the timid, it belongs to the brave. Together we can make a difference. We are people of faith, and that is what makes a difference in most of our lives. And it should make a difference in all of our lives. In many cases, there's no direction. Our leadership at the top, it's more of a dictatorship. That needs to stop. We need to be open, we need to listen, and we need to be responsive. And we need to be responsible. Consequences of action. That is what sets us apart from our current administration, shall we say. A little emotional here about some of this, but it's frustrating. When you get into a situation where you have others who define who we are. That's how the Republican Party became the party of dirty water, dirty air, and starving children. When we allow others to define who we are, that's how things break down. In many cases, in order to respect someone else's religion, we are told we have to disrespect our own. That's fundamentally wrong. There are God-given rights that we all enjoy. But we also need to make it very clear that there are also God-given responsibilities. Together, we can make a difference. We need to tell our stories and tell the stories of others in order to be positive examples and show that there are better ways of doing things. Again, together, we can make a difference. We need to spread the word and tell the world, together we can make a difference. Thank you. I look forward to your questions.
I would ask really the same question that I asked of Dave, which is, what is your reaction to the latest 5%, half a percent increase, 0.5% increase, get people scared in the sales tax in Lake County Bud Commissioners?
Very good. Well, if they could have gone 5%, I think they would have tried it. The reality is, it's what I call a Rube Goldberg scheme. Let's be blunt. Have any of you heard of such a complicated process where you raise one, lower another tax, and you change this fee? Something's not fundamentally right here. What would a reasonable person say? What would a reasonable person do? The bottom line is, 0.25% would have netted in the same